In 2005, the term neutral was defined as an antonym of biased. This definition also appeared in 1999. To understand neutral, it's essential to first grasp the meaning of bias. Bias is defined as an inherent tendency of a test to favor or disfavor certain groups of people. This implies that a biased test or assessment process systematically advantages or disadvantages specific populations, leading to unfair or inaccurate outcomes. The concept of bias is critical in ensuring fair and equitable evaluation across diverse groups. When a test is biased, it doesn't accurately measure the knowledge, skills, or abilities of all test takers. Instead, it introduces extraneous factors that influence performance based on group membership. These factors can include cultural background, socioeconomic status, language proficiency, or other demographic characteristics. To counter the effects of bias, test developers and administrators must carefully analyze test content, administration procedures, and scoring methods to identify and eliminate potential sources of unfairness. Statistical techniques, expert reviews, and sensitivity analyses are commonly employed to detect and mitigate bias. Unbiased simply means not biased. An unbiased test or assessment is one that does not inherently favor or disfavor any particular group of people. It strives to provide an equal opportunity for all test takers to demonstrate their abilities, regardless of their background or characteristics. Achieving complete unbiasedness in assessment is a complex and challenging goal. It requires ongoing effort to identify and address potential sources of bias, as well as a commitment to fairness and equity in all aspects of the assessment process. However, striving for unbiasedness is essential for ensuring that assessments are valid, reliable, and fair for all individuals. It's important to note that the 2008 definition of bias in the context of assessment as an evaluation of a student's work that is based on unreliable or irrelevant information is not entirely equivalent to the concept of neutral as used in the 1999 and 2005 definitions. The 2008 definition focuses specifically on evaluations of student work and emphasizes the use of unreliable or irrelevant information as the basis for judgment. This definition is narrower in scope than the broader definition of bias as an inherent tendency to favor or disfavor certain groups. The 2008 definition highlights the importance of using valid and reliable information when assessing student performance. Evaluation should be based on clear criteria, aligned with learning objectives, and supported by evidence of student achievement. The use of unreliable or irrelevant information can lead to inaccurate and unfair assessments, which can have negative consequences for students. While the 2008 definition of bias is relevant to the context of student assessment, it's important to recognize that it's not a direct substitute for the broader concept of bias as an inherent tendency to favor or disfavor certain groups. The broader definition encompasses a wider range of contexts and situations, and it's essential for understanding the potential for bias to influence decisions and outcomes in various domains. In summary, neutral is defined as the absence of bias, where bias is an inherent tendency to favor or disfavor certain groups. While the 2008 definition of bias in the context of assessment focuses on the use of unreliable or irrelevant information, it's important to distinguish it from the broader concept of bias as defined in 1999 and 2005. Understanding these definitions is crucial for ensuring fairness and equity in testing and assessment practices.